First of all, I want to welcome you to the Smithtown Landing Country Club. Today we are going to celebrate the completed renovation work of one of the most popular facilities in the town of Smithtown, and that's Landing Avenue Golf and Country Club. So welcome this morning. I'd like to announce a few friends who are here with us. First of all, my team. Councilman Tom McCarthy is with us today. Tom, thank you. Councilwoman Lynn Noack. Councilman Tom Lohman. Our Highway Superintendent Robert Murphy. Tax receiver, the lady who collects the money so we can run this place, Deanna Varicchio. Our Director of Parks, Buildings, and Grounds, Joe Rico. Assistant Town Park Maintenance Director, Tom Heister. Shortly, we'll be joined by Assemblyman Michael Fitzpatrick. I also want to welcome the Kings Park Chamber of Commerce, Diane Motherway and Tony Tanzi. Thank you, Chamber, for being here with us. And the Smithtown Chamber of Commerce, Barbara Franco, Susan Hughes. Thank you. You know, the chambers are very important to us. They've been with us from all the way back to 2018 when this administration started on our mission. So they're a very important component of what we do. I also want you to please give a hand and recognize people who work extremely hard for us every day to keep not just this facility, but all of our facilities in just the best shape of any recreation facilities in the state of New York, and that's our Parks Department right behind you. So also with us today, we have our friends that actually run this facility for us. We have our PGA Professional Hall of Famer, Michael Hebron. Michael, thank you so much. Mike's going to say a few words. And we have our new caterers here, Frank Russo, Donato Panico, Smithtown Landing Caterers. So what you see here, this is the third ribbon cutting that we have had in the past 3 weeks. So if myself and my team look a little tired, you'll understand why. This is the third of about $11 million of renovation work. We completed a brand new marina building for our law enforcement down at the Long Beach Marina. We just cut a ribbon at Hoyt Farm, a $1.8 million complete renovation. That's our flagship park. And now we're here today at the Smithtown Landing Country Club. I'm going to have Mr. Rico come up in a moment, but this was a $3 million renovation of all of these facilities you see, and he's going to explain what the beauty of that renovation work was, why it was necessary, and why we decided to spend this money. We feel, this administration has always felt, this is the Smithtown Residents Country Club, and this is what the residents of Smithtown deserve. They deserve a country club that's akin to any private country club that's here in Suffolk County. It's also complemented by, I believe, one of the best, if not the best, municipal golf course on Long Island. And that's a tribute to the new superintendent, Molly O'Brien. Molly is doing an excellent job here on the golf course, along with Henry Kilroy, who manages here. Henry, thank you for everything you do. I can tell you that since we've completed the work, truthfully, many phone calls have come in about the catering facility, the condition of them, the changes we've made, and also about this golf course. I know back when I was Parks Director working with Mike Hebron, Smithtown Landing Golf Course was rated as one of the top 33 municipal golf courses in the United States of America. And I will tell you today, and I am a golfer, it's in better shape today than it was then. So to the golf course staff, and Michael, thank you for everything you do. A lot of compliments on your work. I'd like to now bring up to the mic who's going to explain to you just a little bit about what we've done here. A gentleman who we all love, except when he's coming back to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars over what we gave him to do the project. But he does get it done, and that's our Parks Director, Joe Rico. Joe, come on up.
Thank you, everyone, for showing up today for this event. First of all, I'd like to say thank you to Supervisor Wareheim, Councilman Lohman, who's my liaison, the entire town board for entrusting us with this project. It was a great undertaking with a lot of things that went on, and we appreciate it. I'd also like to thank Tom Heaster, his tireless efforts down here, and me barraging him every day. Meetings on Saturday, our staff working through the weekends, and Councilman Lohman coming down to make sure I was here. So we had a great project here. And so I'd like to say something that Supervisor alluded to earlier. The Parks Department took on 3 big projects this year, simultaneously, all going on at the same time. The Constable Building was a Herculean effort. We had a lot happening there. Hoyt Farm, as we had the opening last week, and now today for this final opening of the 3 big projects. I want to personally thank the Parks Department team, Catherine, Frank, Tommy, Brian, all of us together. Our guys were here working on this job. It wasn't only outside construction people. Our people were here every day, and we had to balance that with the other responsibilities through a very busy season in the town, and I commend them for their efforts and their tireless working. With regard to our project here, we've done a lot of work at the country club, especially at the catering places, bringing each building up to code in modern-day standards. The kitchen spaces have been totally renovated. The roofs have been completely reframed structurally as the buildings were old, and that was a big undertaking. As we were going on with the project, we started to find more and more things that were problematic, and it was good that we finally came forth and got this done. The roofs have been reframed, as I stated, and new outdoor solar panels were added on the roof. We built a new bar and lounge area. The cafeterias have been completely rebuilt. Outside the Riverview Room, which was an outdoor patio space, is now a stunning open design, a beautiful enclosed area with heat and air conditioning for weather permitting. When it has to be, the windows can be open, so that's another nice space. We could have meetings and weddings and events worthy of celebration now at the club, that all these facilities have been brought up to date. The Nessaquag Room features all new cathedral ceilings, sun deck, interior alterations to all new handicap bathrooms in one of the other rooms. All the catering spaces are outfitted with state-of-the-art HVAC systems and are brought completely up to code to date. Aesthetically, we worked on this project tirelessly to make sure it looked good for the people of the community. We have taken Supervisor Wenheim and the town board have taken this country club into a new dimension where future brides and people enjoying the catering facility and the golfers can enjoy for many years to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Joe, and thank you for all your hard work. You know, when we do projects like this, not just this one, but all of them, but specifically this one, there's some people behind the scenes that work really hard, but they're not out in front. And that's the people who make sure that these contracts are done properly, the people who advise us to sign the contracts, when and where to sign them. And that's our town attorney's office. Matt Jakubowski and Jen Yunks are here. Thank you very much for your hard work. I would like to now ask our PGA professional, a good friend of mine, and a person who really has bring this golf course to the condition it is now, and that's Michael Hebron. Mike, come on up.
Thank you, Supervisor. T-E-A-M, not Michael. T-E-A-M. The town board, the supervisor, Molly O'Brien, who happened to graduate first in her class with 100 men at Rutgers. Went over there, bright, hardworking woman, finishes first in her class, and we got lucky enough to get her to come back home. Molly is a Smithtown resident. I want to thank Supervisor for listening to some ideas and getting them done. And I want to thank the town board for their support. You all have done a great thing here. I'm here every day for a number of years, and I've seen your efforts come to compliments from those who come here. And the new food man has gotten some great compliments already, and look forward to years of working with him. Thank you, Supervisor.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you very much. So before I bring up our next speaker, In 1971, Paul J. Fitzpatrick, Michael's dad, was the supervisor of the town of Smithtown. And he took a leap of faith, and he bought this country club for the residents, which, if he didn't take that leap of faith, we would not be here today. This could be a housing development. It could be anything but for what it is. So we remember that, and you'll see the name on the sign of Paul J. Fitzpatrick, Smithtown Landing Country Club. Before we cut the ribbon, he purchased this club. Myself and this town board and this administration took the efforts to renovate it, so that's what you're going to see on the plaques behind us when we go to cut the ribbon. We're very proud of what we've done, and we are so pleased today that Supervisor Fitzpatrick purchased this property. With that, I'd like to invite up his son, Assemblyman Mike Fitzpatrick.
Thank you, Eddie. Good afternoon. Thank you very much. I didn't realize I would have a speaking role today, but I just want to say thank you to the supervisor, the members of the town board, Joe Arrico and his team, the chambers who are here. Way back, I remember I was a little kid when the Marywood Country Club here was in decline. It was failing. It was going out of business. And my father had the suggestion that why don't we purchase it for the town and make it the crown jewel of our park system. And we have a few crown jewels. We have the Hoyt Farm, we have the Armory in Nesconset, and we have a number of other great parks. But the country club is the crown jewel. And, there was argument, believe it or not. There was some people who thought it wasn't a good idea to purchase this. So the town purchased it anyway, and we put it out to a permissive referendum. And the referendum passed overwhelmingly. And it has been the crown jewel of the park system ever since. And I'm so happy that we've made the investments that we've made. And I think the best investment we made was hiring Mike Hebron to be our club professional and to manage Landing. I remember one day I hit a hole-in-one on the par 3 course, and I came back and I said, Mr. Hebron, I had a hole-in-one. And he kind of doubted me. Are you sure? But I did. I had a hole-in-one here when I was 16. But my golf game has suffered ever since. That was my best day. But this place is a place for everyone. We have the pools. We have the golf course, and of course we have the catering operation. And now that we have Donato doing the cooking, the best chicken parm on Long Island, those who enjoy a meal here are in for a real treat. So I just want to say thank you to Supervisor Wareheim and the board for allowing me to be here. This is a very special place for me and my family. And back then, Smithtown was a young and growing township. We had a lot of young families moving out from Nassau, from the city, from elsewhere. And, golf was coming into its own. It was a growing game. And I think the vision that my father had and brought along the town board and the people at the town of Smithtown, it has paid dividends for many, many years and will pay more in the years to come. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. Before we cut the ribbon, I'd like to invite our new caterer up, Mr. Donato Panico, to say a few words. Donato?
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. I just want to thank everyone involved with this. We could not have done this without the tremendous teamwork of the town and the town board and Eddie and Tommy Lohman and Tommy Heister and Joe Arrico and everybody for putting this together. And the best is yet to come, Smithtown, so get ready.
Thank you. Also, Donato has sandwiches, I think, inside. I don't think there's a fee, right, Donato? They're going to be free for the folks here today. So please, if you have not had lunch, come and enjoy lunch inside and take a look at all the work that's been done here on behalf of the Smithtown residents. Again, I want to thank you all for being here. We have one more major project that is underway, and that's Callahan's Beach. And that's why when myself and Joe Rico first started these efforts, we were about as tall as Mike Fitzpatrick. But we're getting it done. So let's go cut a ribbon and then go in and enjoy lunch and take a view of everything we've done. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much. We're going for what?
Bob, we're
3,
getting
2,
there.
1.
3, 2, 1. Go ahead.
All right, everybody, let's everybody join in. Ready? 3, 2,